G'day legends, and welcome back to the channel. This time we've set up camp in the stunning Margaret River region, and we're staying at a beautiful olive farm that we're calling home for the week. From here we're hitting the road to explore the breathtaking coastlines up north, right down to the hidden coves and calm beaches in the south. Of course, no trip to Margaret River is complete without a cheeky brewery stop, so we'll be tasting some local craft beers straight from the source. And to top it all off, we're heading underground to discover one of the region's ancient limestone caves, an experience you don't want to miss. So grab a cold one, sit back and join us as we soak up everything this amazing corner of WA has to offer.
So we just pulled up at Olive Hill Farm, which is in the Margaret River region. It was pretty easy to get to. We just followed the GPS to their street, and there was well signposted where the campgrounds is. As soon as you drive into their driveway, there was a water tank with beautiful painting of their farm, and you just turn to the right and there's a camp host that's camping and a bit of a notice board to tell you what to do and all the procedures, and she just marks you off, and you just find anywhere you want to go within all these olive trees, which is quite unique. I think it's quite a pretty campground. This campground also has a dump point on site, and you can fill up with water here, but it's $1 per 20 litres, I think it was. We're okay, our tanks are full. And they've got rubbish bins. They have a nice walk down to the Margaret River itself. And it seems to be quite close to town, so a couple of minutes drive in, I think. Good morning. We are going to go and spend the day exploring Bustleton and the surrounding areas. It's not the best of days. It's not raining or anything, but it's cloudy. Then the sun comes out, then it's cloudy. So probably not the best day for being on the beach and having a look. But we thought we'll give Bustleton a go and get a coffee and walk the jetty.
Check out that jetty.
Yeah, and have a look around. So we've just done Bustleton and did the Bustleton jetty, and we're definitely going to come back on a nicer day and really take advantage of the weather. Now we're on our way to Cape Naturalist. We're going to stop at a beach first. What's that beach called?
I think it's Eagle Bay.
Eagle Bay. Apparently it's nice on a good day for paddleboarding and snorkeling. So we're just going to have a look at it on our way up to the lighthouse.
So Eagle Bay we've been looking at, and we're like, yeah, let's go suss that out and come have a look.
Wow. That is giving me Lake Mackenzie on Fraser Island vibes.
Yeah, flat out. How nice is that? That's definitely the pick beach we've been on so far around here at the Margaret River region.
Wow.
That is spectacular.
That is beautiful.
Let's go have a closer look.
So we've just had a swim at Eagle Bay, and it is our most favourite beach in this region so far.
Oh, for sure, definitely. It's
beautiful. It has its northerly facing, so it seems to be really protected.
Really protected, and the water's so clear.
It's just beautiful. So now we're going to go check out the lighthouse. So we've decided not to do the lighthouse today. It's $6 an adult, $5 a senior. And we've seen a lot of lighthouses all around Australia so far, so we're like, we're not going to worry about it. It's getting late in the day and there's still some other things to see, so we're just going to give it a miss and continue on. So now we're going to go find, what's the name of the town on the other side?
Yep. The town on the other side.
It's where that bridge thing is.
Yeah,
there's like a bridge thing over some rocks.
Over there, yeah.
I'll get back to you. So now we're going to go to Yallingup to the Canal Rocks, and it's starting to spit, so another reason why we thought probably not worry about paying $12 to see a lighthouse, which we see all over Australia. So yeah, now Yallingup, here we come. Of sightseeing, we're going to pop in really close to where we're camping at the Olive Hill farm stay is CB Co Brewery, so we're going to pop in on our way home and check out some of their beers and chill out for the afternoon. So we're at CB Co Brew House, and just behind us they're actually got golf where you can drive into the lake behind us here. What a great idea.
Look at the kegs, they've got kegs out in the water.
Yeah, they've got kegs.
There's something magic about waking up on an olive farm. I guess it's because it's something we've never done. After a quick cuppa, we hit the road. The drive from the farm to Augusta takes about an hour or so. When you reach Augusta, you know you're almost there. It's the last stop before the land runs out and the Southern Ocean takes over. Flinders Bay sits right at the very bottom, where the Indian Ocean and Southern Oceans meet. There's something about the idea that makes you feel so small but so alive at the same time.
This lighthouse here, Cape Lewin Lighthouse, is where the Atlantic and the Southern Oceans meet. I don't think it's working.
No, it's not working. So this water wheel was built so it could supply water to the lighthouse, which is behind us over the rocks a bit, and it's fed from a spring, but the spring has eventually run out, not enough to keep the water wheel running, so they actually pump the water along there now just to stop it from drying out and cracking, to try and preserve it a bit longer, but it's all calcified, so the wheel itself doesn't work anymore. But quite interesting to see. I really like it. Just outside Augusta, Jewel Cave is actually the biggest show cave in Western Australia. From the outside, you'd never guess what's waiting underground. So let's head in and see what we can find. Stepping inside, you're instantly hit by how massive this place is. There are 3 enormous chambers filled with incredible crystal formations, stalactites, stalagmites, and flowstones that have been growing for thousands of years. We did a guided tour, which is the only way you can explore Jewel Cave. It's definitely worth it. Our guide shared stories about the cave's discovery back in the 50s and pointed out a fossilised Tasmanian tiger skeleton hidden in the rocks. Pretty amazing to think this was all hidden under the Kari forest for so long.
Alright, so we went to the Jewel Cave, and that was awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty bloody amazing, to say the least, really.
It's WA's biggest cave out of all the caves that are here. So this whole area that we're in, was big sand dunes came in, hardened, turned into limestone, and then all the water underneath turned massive cave systems. So a lot of stagnatites and stagnamites.
Whatever they are. Yeah. But it's 1 million years old.
Yes, the cave system is 1 million years old, and they found it by a tiny hole up on the roof of the cave, and they just lowered somebody down in the 50s. Then they seen this massive big cave system.
42 metres it goes down, which is a long way.
Yeah, and when you're at the lowest point, you could stand the lighthouse in it. That's how tall it is. That's how big the cave system is. So we've just done that. It's well worth doing if you want to do a cave.
It was $25 an adult, which I thought was quite reasonable.
And all the money goes into making sure that everything's maintained in the cave system.
Very easy to walk around, good walkways.
Oh yeah, we did it in our thongs.
So very well done.
So now we're at Hamlin Bay, and apparently you can get really close and personal with stingrays, so we're going to go and see if that's Insta versus reality. It's very busy here today, and it's Monday, so I'm expecting it to be a bit crowded.
A bit crazy,
yeah.
We'll see.
But we'll see how we go.
Conditions have to be perfect, because there's no way you can get in that water at this current condition. And we've seen them, but
it's very tuny. I'll just show you. So it's very churny and smelly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it smells. It's a weird smell.
Yeah.
They're big, the ones we've seen, so maybe we might have to have a bit of a research, and maybe you've got to be here at the perfect conditions.
Might be timing. Where are you going?
My favourite place in the world. Chocolate.
Alright, so when we were out on the beach there at, I think it's called Joey's Nose, I think it was, a little beach drive that we done. As we got onto the track a little bit, there was a big clunk underneath, and then it happened a couple of other times as we were driving along the track, so I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to get under and have a bit of a look and inspect and make sure everything's alright, but it didn't sound very good. So I carry one of these cheap $2 blue tarps around with me just for getting under it, because when you get to gravelly and shitty spots, because I like to get under and re-grease and stuff like that and do inspections, so I keep one of those around so you don't get covered in shit. But I'll just get down and see what we find. Hopefully it's nothing too sinister. Oh, it's not easy getting on the ground these days. I think I found it. Didn't take long, so I don't know. I'll put the camera in there. Right there. It looks like I have a broken spring. Yay! Don't like the look of that much. Luckily it's got this other, I don't know if it's a bit hard to see. See, I've got this cup here. It's sort of holding it in. I think if I didn't have that, I'd probably be in a lot of trouble, because it's actually broken right here where the bush goes in. So yeah, I'm just over the other side. This is the passenger side of the car, and it looks all good. But the other side, not so good. Well, looks like it's time to get on the phone and see what I can do about this, because we're down at Margaret River at the moment and I don't know what's about or where we can go to try and get this rectified. Anyway, the joys of it. Alright, so I just got off the phone to a place in Bunbury. I've done a bit of a ring around. Couldn't get anywhere around in Margaret River. But there was a place in Bunbury which deals with the suspension that I got. So they've got two types in stock for me, a heavy duty one, although it has got a GVM upgrade and everything like that. So they're just gonna have a look at it for me and replace it tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be all good and it doesn't happen again. They're telling me it's very unusual where it's broken, that it doesn't usually break there, but anyway, we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's all good.
Good morning. So we are heading into Bunbury this morning to take our car in to get it looked at, and fingers crossed it's just replace and it will only be out of action for one day.
In 600 metres, at the roundabout, take the second exit and stay on Bustle Highway, State Route 10.
Thanks, Siri. And yeah, worst case scenario, I guess we'll be on the back of a tow truck. But yeah, hopefully the guy on the phone seems to be confident he can just replace it for us. Just depends on how much it's going to cost us, I guess. But this is what happens when you are full-time on the road. Things like this come up, and it's not when you're in your hometown it's easy to get help, but when you're sort of on the road constantly, it's hard. Sometimes when you're on the road it's a lot harder to get help, but these guys seem to be really helpful so far, so we'll see how we go. And we weren't going to come into Bunbury and look around, so on a plus side we got the whole day to check the sights and see what Bunbury has to offer.
tolls I guess we've done is the Cape PDR and the Gibb River Road have both eventually taken its toll, and it turns out both springs had broken and cracked. So yeah, they just said it was just wear and tear, and all the weight that we are carrying and doing it full time has really contributed to the fact. So, but the people we dealt with were so good, weren't they?
Oh yeah, in Bunbury there, they were amazing.
They were really good. Dico, they were really, really good. So helpful. Yeah, so straightforward with us. Really, really good. Lent us a calf to drive around for the day. We didn't even expect that. We didn't ask for it.
When it happened, we were booked in the next day. Like when Scott rang them, he goes, "Yep, come in 9 a.m. the next day, and we'll sort you out." So they had the parts in stock, luckily, and we've upgraded as well, so it's more heavy duty. They replaced the shocks. They checked our front suspension to make sure that was all okay for us, which is fine. Just the rear suspension, which failed. Well, not failed, but wet worn. And it was lucky because with Pedder's suspension, there's like a bracket that holds.
Like a secondary holder there.
Like a sleeve, and it holds it. So when it cracked, so obviously it's just worn and snapped, and that cradle has kept it from actually just completely dropping out on us. So that's a good product to, like, it's broken, but it's going to get you, like, it's going to get you where you need to go. So we've just replaced it with a more heavy duty Pedder's suspension in our rear. Front's fine. Obviously it cost us to replace, so we're going to have to get back on the tools and work a bit longer for, you know, and we know that there's going to be unexpected. This car does a lot more Ks than a normal person that doesn't travel around Australia. We are towing more often than we're not towing, and we knew that wear and tear of the vehicle was going to be an issue, one of the main issues travelling around Australia. We're just lucky that this happened when we could get to a dealership that could get us fixed really quickly. So that was excellent. I mean, we are with RSEQ and we're top cover, so if we were in the middle of somewhere, we definitely would have gotten out of trouble, but it just would have been more of an inconvenience. So yeah, it just took a day, and we went and looked around Bunbury while we waited. They gave us a car without any problems. He just goes, "Do you want a car?" I'm like, "Yeah, we'll take a car." So that was good.
And you know the difference now that I'm driving with a new suspension. You're like, oh wow, the other one was pretty shot.
Yeah, I guess when a suspension slowly goes, you kind of get used to the ride, and you just don't think that there's anything wrong with the suspension until it finally breaks. So we are very lucky that it happened when it did. So now it's all fixed, and we're
getting out there and having a look, because we're a little bit worried we weren't going to be able to see a few things while we're down here at Margaret River. So
back on track to look around Margaret River.
With a few days left to explore the region, we decided to head back up to the north end to check out the famous natural spa. It's well worth a look, but it was pretty busy when we were there, so we jumped back in the car and made our way to Mill-Up Beach instead. I'm just here at the natural spa. Check this out. Ready? Here comes one. And then down the bottom there, people sit and it's just like being in a spa. It's unreal. It's an amazing thing to see. We found a nice quiet spot nestled between these rocks. The water here is crystal clear, perfect for a swim or two. I pumped up the paddle boards and we just cruised around soaking up the sun and watching the world go by. Sometimes you just need to slow down and let it all sink in. After a lazy morning on the water, we headed back to the park for lunch, and then, well, this happened.
So they've found a shark in the water. were only in there about a half hour ago. Well, we just left the beach. We were on the beach enjoying our time after the swim in a paddleboard, and then we decided to go and eat lunch, because there's a park at all the beaches in WA. There's always a green park, so we thought we'd grab our salads and go and sit on the grass in the shade and have our lunch. And the big Westpac chopper came over and started circling in the water, and yeah, there was a shark.
4-metre white shark, though, right?
Yeah, and the beach obviously closed, so we're on our way now to the brewery. All right, well, we've all packed up and we're leaving this, what's it called? Olive Hill Farm.
Yeah, Olive Hill Farm Campground. It's an unreal spot to stay. It's all sort of no power or water or nothing. You've got to be self-sufficient.
They do have a dump
They
point,
do have a dump point.
and you can fill up with the host for a cost
Yep.
of water. So you're not completely on your own, but yeah, and you can drop the water on the ground. You just run a pipe to the actual olive trees.
And the sites are huge. It's really...
And flat.
Yep, and pretty close, 10 minutes from Margaret River, so
Yeah,
it's easy
really
drive.
good base for and good price, like one of the cheapest in the area.
Yeah, so that's us for this one, and hopefully if you like and subscribe, we'll see you on the next one.